Okay, so setting your bike up for T1 is probably the area where you want to spend the most time and pay the most attention, because getting it right can save you a ton of time. Getting it wrong can really scupper your race and just cause you unnecessary stress, really. So the guiding principle really when it comes to setting up your bike for T1 is have as much on your bike ready to go as you possibly can. So depending on the type of event, whether it's short course, long course, Ironman, non-Ironman, whatever it is, within the rules, just make sure you got as much as they will allow onto the bike as possible, really. It just means that you have fewer moving parts because it's all there. It means that you are less likely to leave something in a bag, drop something as you're running towards your bike, and just generally make a cock up. Okay, so if we start from the front, really the first thing that you should touch when you get up to your bike is your helmet. Okay, that is the rules. The helmet has to go on first before you touch the bike. So make sure that the straps of your helmet are open, and if you're using sunglasses, I would have them sitting open in the helmet. If you're particularly competent, you can have them sitting in the back of the helmet or slotted into the front. Just a word of warning, I have had them come out once as I put the helmet on. So my personal approach is to have the glasses sitting in the helmet. So all you need to do, take the glasses up, helmet goes on, strap goes up, and then the glasses go on, and you don't have to worry. If you are using a TT helmet and you're able to do so, I would have the visor already on. If you're able to slip your head still in there, get the visor on, because those magnetic visors, they can be really quite hard to fiddle around with and pull on and off whilst you're riding, particularly on a TT bike. One top tip, a lot of races, probably most races, require you to put a sticker on your helmet and probably on your bike as well. I really recommend putting some electrical tape just where the sticker is going to go, both on your helmet and on your bike, and then put the sticker on top of the electrical tape. It just makes it a bit easier to get those stickers off, and it also means then you don't have the horrible glue residue left all over your nice expensive kit. Helmet, that goes on first. Next thing should be your race belt. Make sure this is already done up, okay? It should be elasticated. You don't want to be fiddling with any clips when you're coming out of the water and your hands are cold or the adrenaline is rushing through you. So you should just be able to step through, okay? So race belt goes on, and then if we work our way down the bike, the guiding principle, as I say, is having as much on your bike as possible, and that includes your nutrition and hydration. So bottles and bottle cages. If you're doing a long course triathlon, maybe having a top tube bag, stuff full of gels, etc. This has got an inbuilt hydration system, which is why I don't have any bottle cages on that. But again, just put everything you can on the bike. You can strap gels to the top tube and to the handlebars, etc. It looks messy, and just be careful that it's not in a position that it's going to impact you in terms of, I've had it once where I strapped it onto the top tube, and then every time my leg came through for a pedal stroke, it would scratch my leg. So you can imagine how quickly that got annoying. So yeah, hydration, food already on the bike. Next is probably the area it causes the most anxiety, having your shoes on the bike. Now, I am going to go through some different bike mounting techniques, but if you are willing to try, I'd really recommend having your shoes on the bike already. It can save you a ton of time, and can save you kind of tottering around on wet, slippy pavements or in grass or what have you. Yeah, it's pretty unpleasant running in cycling shoes, so I really would recommend giving this a go. If you're going to do so, make sure your shoes are completely open. These are tri-specific shoes, which again I would recommend, primarily because they're very easy to get your feet into, but also they tend to come with a little bit of a loop on the heel. Now this allows you to then attach elastic bands both to the shoe and then onto the frame. So the way that you do that is you break the elastic band, and then you tie one end to the frame and then one end to the shoe. You have to be really careful with how you do this. Okay, so where I've got it now, I don't have a tremendous amount of choice, but in an ideal world, I would not have it on the frame so close to the cassette, because when you break that elastic band when you start pedaling, that band can get sucked into the cassette, which I have happened before. I've gotten to a point now where I'm competent enough where when I break the band, I will rip the whole elastic band off so that there's no risk of it going into my cassette. But it's just something to really be aware of. Other thing is, imagine you're standing at the traffic lights, okay? You've unclipped one side, okay? Whichever the side stays clipped in, that is the side that you want forward, okay? So for me, when I stop at a traffic light, my left foot always stays clipped in. And so you'll see on the left side, the crank arm is forwards, and the side that I unclip on, that is at the back, okay? And that is because when it comes to mounting, you're going to push down on the side that you're most comfortable with, swing the leg over, or depending on whatever mounting technique you're using, but that is the way to get it set up. So whichever side you push down on when you're at the traffic lights and then clip in on the other side, you want that already clipped inside at the front. And that is just a few things to consider. But that guiding principle of having as much on the bike as possible and having as few moving parts as possible, that always remains.